Hey everyone, I love a nice Hollywood glam wave. It's very red carpet and I'm sure you've seen a lot of photos of it lately. So I'm going to show you how to do that using the clip hair extension. So I'm applying my 20-inch pieces right now. If you've got a chance to see some of my previous videos, I usually tease the base of the hair before applying the extensions, but this time I'm going to just clip them in because this is also an option for you guys. You don't always have to tease them and make sure they're super secure. They do hang on pretty well just doing it this way too. Some supplies you'll need for this style are a styling wand or a styling rod. You can even use a curling iron that has a clamp if you don't have a wand, but you don't want a concave barrel. You want it to be the same size the whole length of the iron. The only other supplies you'll need for this style are pin curl clips, a comb. I prefer a rat tail comb so that I could use the end of it for sectioning and separating, and a brush. I'm going to be using a paddle brush, but any brush that you have will do the trick. After you've installed all the extensions, you want to take a clip and pin up half of your hair out of the way and start by taking the section closest to your face. And how you're doing this is you're holding your wand horizontally and you're wrapping the hair, but with every wrap you're going to do a half twist with that piece of hair. You'll get to see this a couple times as I go through the video because it's the same motion all throughout. You'll notice I pinned up the piece around my face, but as I'm getting into this back bottom section, I am just doing this same wrap method with the half twist, and then I'm dropping the curls, but I'm not running my hands through them at all because I want to let them cool and set. And the reason I don't pin those up is because this area is really where you get your length, so I'd rather just leave that long and not clip it up to get body because that is where we'll need it in the top, not at the bottom. So as I wrap the hair, you'll notice I start with the iron under the piece of hair. I wrap it around, I do a half twist, I wrap it around again, I do another half twist, and the ends of your hair end up on the right hand side of the iron. You don't want to pile the hair up on top of each other because it won't heat up the same way. If you don't have a similar styling rod or wand at home, you can do this with a curling iron. I'd say to use about a 1-inch iron, and you would be just opening up the clamp of the iron to wrap it around the rod the same way. But then what you could do is you can close the clamp over the piece to help that heat up evenly, and then you would just take some tension and release the clamp to drop that off. And you can see I'm holding that whole piece in my hand and pinning them up now, especially in the top, because here's where I want all that height and volume. Throughout the video, I'm spraying my hair. The first spray I'm using before I wrap is a heat protection spray, which Clip Hair has one that you should check out because it really does help protect the hair extensions. And then I'm using a light hairspray to just set everything in place. Thanks for hanging in and watching this technique. We're getting to the top, so I'm teasing the base of the hair just for a little extra height, which you can do. It's really your preference. And then after this, I'll be showing you how to release the pins and how to start getting those glam waves. This look definitely does take a little bit more time. It will take probably at least a half an hour, but this process that we're doing will make the style last for a while, so it would be good for a wedding or any type of formal event that you're attending that you want to wear your hair down for. Because you're setting everything, you don't have to worry about the curls falling out. It will last you and stay even till the next day probably. Finally, we're on the last piece, so you'll just be seeing me teasing the base and doing the wrap one last time and pinning that one final time, and then we'll be moving on to releasing these once it cools down. While you're waiting for your hair to cool, you can give it a quick hairspray, and then you can begin releasing the pins in the order that you curled your hair because those will have cooled down the quickest. You'll see after I release the pins in an entire section, I'll pick up that section of hair, run my fingers through it, and then I'll gently tease the bottom, and that kind of starts blending the wave together and having it sit and fall really romantically. This part of it's exciting because you start seeing everything coming together. So at the top, you're going to have more height because remember we teased that area. So you'll probably have to do some combing just to make that look soft and blend out. Right here, you can really see what I was talking about teasing underneath the piece of hair. It's not just teasing in one spot. It's really at the top, the middle, and the bottom to combine your hair together. At this point, we've created a lot of curl and a lot of body, but we really want it to look like a wave. So this is where your paddle brush comes in. Now that everything's cool, you can gently brush through and make everything become a soft, wavy look. To finish it off, you can tuck one side behind your ear, give it a hairspray, and I hope you guys have as much fun as I did with this Hollywood look. I feel so glam. Thanks for watching.